Hello, my nerdlings! If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Nikki, and this is where we get nerdy. So, today, we are going to discuss 2022 reading goals and challenges. So, I got my cup of chocolate milk because pregnancy cravings. Apparently, I like chocolate milk even though milk I'm allergic to. It's great. And got the reading journal. And we're just going to dive on into it. So, first off, I'm going to do like the broad goals for 2022. Which I've kept it pretty simple. I've got 6 goals. Goal number 1, read a minimum of 24 books, which is not that big. If you think 2 books a month, that's doable. It's really doable. Goal number 2 is complete Riordan-a-thon. So Riordan-a-thon is a thing that I started doing on my own, where I read all the Rick Riordan books, and I am under halfway through. So I want to finish that for this year. I've read 10 of his books so far. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 more to go. So, not too bad. Goal number 3 is to begin reading Dune. If you saw in my last haul video, I have the first 3 books of Dune. So I want to start reading those. And hopefully I don't DNF the series because I really enjoyed the movie. And the books are always better. So, that's the hope. Number 4. Begin Renee Ahdieh. I say this because I owned The Beautiful, the Damned, and the Righteous. And I have not read any of them. And I have a feeling that I should find out if I actually like her stuff before I keep buying her stuff, so that I can say I have the series, so when I get to it, I'll like it, kind of thing. Number 5, read more genres. So, obviously, I read a lot of YA. No shocker there. Lately, it's been a lot of middle grade because of the Riordan thing. But I don't really delve into other genres that much. Like, I buy them, but I don't actually read them. So I want to get to the point where I'm reading more genres. Even if that means I have to do these books self-destruct if I don't read them type list. Maybe I should get like a little book cart, and if I don't read these by this time, then I'm never going to read them type thing. Because it's getting to that point with my YA too. Like, I have so many books. I have over 165 books unread. I own 165 books that I have not read. And it's getting to the point where it's kind of sort of overwhelming. Which I know it's not. Like, I have a ton of books. Like, I know other booktubers that have a ton more than me. But for my brain, 165 is getting to be a bit much. There's too much choice. So, anyways, number 6, read more diversity. So, I want to read, people of color. I want to read LGBTQ rep. I want to read all kinds of different things. I want to broaden my horizons. So, which that's the perfect segue into the monthly challenges. So, first, each month I'm going to have 2 prompts. And one prompt is going to be a month challenge, which I'll explain the list in a minute. The second is going to be either a Monsta X prompt, because we're doing Monsta X this year, where last year we did BTS, this year it's Monsta X. And the Monsta X prompts, of course, are based on the members of Monsta X. So, are we good so far? And then I not starting this month because January was a little bit of a January was rough. But next month, if I can still get my husband to fix my Tabrinco, I want to play Tabrinco in the month of February. So we'll have our extra prompt for, I don't think February I put a Monster X prompt. I think I put a Nikolai pick. So because my son was born in February, he's going to pick the book that I read. And then our February month challenge. So, yeah. So far. And then we'll have like 1 or 2 books from Tabrinco. Probably 2. Maybe more. We also still need to fit in our books for Magical Readathon, because I almost completely forgot about Magical Readathon. So, yeah. So I need to incorporate more than 2 books in some months. So, it's what we got to do. Now, the month challenges. I am making it so that I can double up prompts with month challenges and other prompts through that I might get throughout the month with either Tabrinco or, a Monster X prompt. So, I have a little note card that I wrote down my challenges. You're going to see a theme here. So January 4th or 5th was World Religion Day. So I wanted to read a book that represents multiple religions, multiple cultures, that type of thing. So that I can get some familiarity with something that I'm not accustomed to. February is, they call it Black History Month in the United States, but I want to read a book with African American representation, or just POC rep. And an example of this would be Beasts of Prey by Ayanna Gray, or Octavia Butler, something by Octavia Butler. Like, see where I'm going with this? March is Women's History Month. Didn't know this, by the way, until I started doing this whole researching thing for trying to figure out these prompts. So for March, it's going to be reading a book written by or about a female trailblazer. And when I mean like a female trailblazer, like a female that made a big freaking difference. So, ones I can think off the top of my head: Eleanor Roosevelt, Dorothea Dix, Rosa Parks, Florence Nightingale. I can go on. Susan B. Anthony, Margaret Chase Smith, Harriet Tubman. You know what I mean? Like, women that have, it makes us proud to say we're women because of these women, type of thing. So April is Arab American Month. Shocker! Or it's Arab American Heritage, something like that. So for that, I'm going to read something with Arabic representation. I need to figure something out. I was thinking Arabian Nights, the classic that Aladdin's based off from. I don't know. It was an idea. May is Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So that's, of course, obviously something with Asian or Pacific Islander rep. or the author is Asian or Pacific Islander, that type of thing. June, Pride. June is Pride Month. We all know that. So, we're going to read some LGBTQ books, is the hope there. July is French American Heritage Month. So, this one I was changing up a bit, and I was going to do reading a book that has been translated from French to English. So, basically anything by Victor Hugo or Jules Verne would completely cover this. August, there are no special things in August at all. I scoured the internet, couldn't find a flippin' thing, which is kind of good at the now, because I found out baby is due in September, but they're most likely gonna take the baby early because I have medical issues. So I'm probably having a baby in August. So it's a good thing we don't lay around the requirements for Nicole in August. However, I did pick my two best friends. Two of my two best friends. Their birthdays are both in August. So I'm going to have that, I'm going to send them pictures of books and say, pick one for me to read. That's the plan. Hi, Moose. Apparently my cat is feeling the need to climb in my lap. Oh, no, don't rub on the tripod. Please. September is Hispanic Heritage Month, which, again, we know what that means. Book with Hispanic or Latino or Latina rep, either author or characters. Mustafa, can you not, please? No. Stop. Just one moment. So, September's pretty straightforward, just like the other months. October, another month that has nothing special, at least not that I could find. I know it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but we're doing a Women's History Month, so do I really need to do books just on breast cancer? Because, honestly, I don't want to make myself super depressed reading books on breast cancer. So October, we're doing spooky for Halloween. Spooky books. All the spooky books. Even though I don't like spooky books because I'm a chicken. So this is going to be interesting. November is Indigenous Heritage Month. And I know exactly what book I want to read once I get my hands on it at work. Apparently, in the mythology section, we now have Native American folklore books, and their culture and beliefs, and I want it. Because we didn't learn about any of that stuff in school. We learned ancient Greece, we learned ancient Rome, and ancient Egypt. And, we spent, 3 days on ancient China. But that's it. I want to learn about I want to know the other stories from around the world. You know what I mean? Spice it up a little. And Indigenous people. I want to know more. That's all. And then December is Universal Human Rights. So this is mainly towards people with disabilities being treated as someone that doesn't have them. So it's when you go to a restaurant and they ask the adults, or they ask the neurotypical person what does they want versus asking the person themselves what they want. You know what I mean? Like little things like that. Or, people with cerebral palsy getting treated appropriately. That's what universal human rights is about. And that's another thing that I'm big on, because both of my kids are special needs. So it's going to be an important one to read for me. That one I probably won't just read anything with rep in it. I might read something that is more along the lines of a memoir or an autobiography or something like that. Something that it pulls at the heartstrings some more, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense? Maybe. Hopefully. Anyways. The prompts for Monster X, they're honestly all over the place. They're random little things that I thought of, like for I Am, because he lived in Boston when he was younger, a book set in Boston. Or because of Hyungwon's parents being travel agents, a book about travel. Random things like that. Shown you, books about swimming because he was on the swim team in school. Random little tidbits like that. And of course, when those months come, I will tell you what the prompts for that person I will be reading. Leave comments down below on what you would recommend for some of these books through the different months. Some of the representation books. Recommend me some, because that will be a super big help for me when it comes to going shopping and finding books to match them. And if you want to see more of my content, make sure you like and subscribe. I know I'm really erratic with posting lately. I usually post a lot more frequently than I have been, but I'm sorry. I'm going to get back in the swing of it. It's just taking me a minute. So, until next time, remember, you are loved.